Like you guessed, the pair did not break. Dave had not paid attention to this detail. He had seen Elisa's seeming lifeless body, and he had carried her with his own hands to the Marfolks, so he was convinced beyond reasonable doubt that she is dead. However, what he forgot is that the life of a mermaid is totally different from that of a human. The hunters and fishermen that survived had narrated the ordeal to the king and to everyone they met. The king was angry. Why would his own son decide to neglect his brother's needs, all because of a mermaid? What an abomination. Where is it heard that a human is married to a mermaid? The hunters and fishermen refused to go back to the sea because of what they have encountered, but the king promised more riches and hired machineries that would do anything for money. The fishermen had issues with fishing. They no longer caught fishes. The waves were unbearable. The sea was obviously angry with them. Hunger and poverty started setting in. The aged fishermen and riverine chiefs who knew so much about the legends of the Dark Sea made spiritual inquiries and discovered the spirit of a mermaid has refused to rest. It has gone around the sea, causing trouble for man. Such incidents occur only when a human has placed a mermaid between life and death. They realize the only solution to this is to look for someone that can go to the deepest part of the Dark Sea and appease the spirit of the mermaid. Many strong men were sent, but none of them got close. The few that managed to get close came back weeks later with insanity. After many occurrences of such, Dave was sent for. Since it's rumored that he is married to a mermaid, perhaps he will be able to go and come back. Although Dave had made an oath not to go back to sea, he could not ignore the plight of the people, so he got into his boat and paddled down. The sea was unusually quiet, and the horror was that of sadness and hunger. After several hours of paddling, the pair began to shine bright. Dave was scared. It can't be, he said to himself. She's dead. Elisa is dead. He saw a strong storm arise around him and blew him into the sea. Who are you? A voice asked. I am Dave. Why are you here? I am here to appease you. Do I sound like I am hungry? The voice replied. No, you don't, Dave replied.
Then why are you here? The mermaid spirit asked. I am here to beg you to please let the fishermen fish again, Dave replied. Did I stop them from fishing? The spirit asked. The fishes are the ones that left the sea. The chief said you can help, Dave said, looking around. He could not see the mermaid, but he felt a presence around him. Those fools sent you. Do you know what you need to appease a mermaid spirit? The mermaid spirit asked. I do not know, but I wish to know. No, if you wish to know, I can't tell you. Dave begged the mermaid spirit for hours, but she was adamant that she would not tell him. May I know why you don't want to tell me? Because telling you will only bring you trouble and death, the mermaid spirit replied. Death? Dave asked. Yes, death. You are indeed a fool. Once the life of a mermaid is taken, to appease her, a life must be replaced with another. And not just any life, a life that is void of deceit and greed, a life that is not forced, but willingly given up. Dave looked at her. I am ready to sacrifice my life for others. You are a big fool. Why would you give your life for people who won't do the same for you? The mermaid spirit asked Dave. Because I have no reason to live. I have lost the most important thing that matters to me. Although I live, I am a walking corpse. Dave spoke these words with tears flowing down his cheeks. You really are a big fool. A fool indeed. Is that the only solution to your problem? No, it isn't, Dave said. When I lost my lover, I was helpless. I wished I could do something about it, but I couldn't. Many kids are starving, and sickness fills everywhere. If I can save a few people by laying down my life, to me it's a privilege. The spirit of the mermaid said nothing for minutes. To sacrifice is not just to take one's life, the spirit said, but to be able to let go of everything that is important to one, to be able to give one's last and all to others. If a human is able to prove that he is without greed and deceit, the spirit of a mermaid will be free from hunger and wandering and will find its way back to the house that once caged it. Dave, I have found you worthy, and I am appeased. The sea has forgiven your people, and the sea shall give back to you that which your heart really desires, because you have given the sea what she truly seeks. Immediately the mermaid spirit spoke. The storm ceased, and the aura of the sea changed. Dave could feel the difference in the atmosphere. The wind blew peace. Fishes swam around him from nowhere. Dave could see them jumping in the water. Dave laughed. As he was about to paddle his ship to leave, the light of dawn showed in the sky, and he could see movements in the sea. The movements are from everywhere, every part of the sea. It felt like whatever is moving is coming towards him. All of a sudden, the heads of mermaids appear in the sea. Scores of them. They all smiled suddenly. The pier lit up brightly. The huge cracks that were on it were no longer there. He looked at the mermaids around him as they made way for a dark-skinned, beautiful mermaid who swam towards him. Elisa! Dave screamed as he jumped into the sea to meet her. She gave him a beautiful smile. How come you are alive? I watched you die. Yes, you saw my body injured and my spirit live. But to die means a totally different thing for we mermaids. And I told you I will only die if my pier breaks. Since it's safe with you, I can only be severely injured. I can't die. A mermaid's life is a pier. A mermaid's pier is a life. I told you, if broken, it means I'm dead. For me to die, both my body and pier must be destroyed. Thanks for keeping it safe for me. That is the reason I gave it to you in the first place. Dave spent the entire day talking to Elisa. They stayed in each other's embrace for a very long time, since Dave can't stay forever in the sea. And Elisa also has a lot of things to do now that she's awake. They had to say goodbye for a while.
The fishermen were happy with Dave. Fishes filled everywhere. They caught so many, so much more than they have ever caught in the past. When the king of the vast land heard the news that the sea is calm again, he sent the mercenaries to the sea. They came fully prepared for the worst. The leader of the mercenary is a man called Macha. He is a deadly warrior, a man that does all to accomplish his desires. They stormed the sea with all they have. The fishermen were scared, so everybody ran for their life. There was someone who decided not to leave and abandon the sea. Dave made it his business to protect Elisa and the rest of the merfolk from Macha. This time he was not going to take it lightly. He was not going to stay idle. He also decided to hire his own machineries, his own people, with the number of goals he have acquired over the years, and the huge gifts that Elisa had given him from the sea. The merfolk decided not to hide anymore. They also rose from the waters, above all, bringing out their weapons and their pets. The whales, the sharks, the dolphins, and every other creatures of the sea came out powerfully to fight on their behalf. And the great battle between the humans and merfolks began.
The end. Thank you. Kindly be expecting part 3 coming out very, very soon. Kindly like, share, comment, subscribe. Please and please do this for me. God bless you. Bye.